Hello everyone, welcome to the Americana Bistro Grill. I'm your host Dr. Rob here, serving you the best in Americana music. And we're doing our trip to the Midwest, and one of the greatest personalities in the Midwest, Eli Gardiner, hailing from Minneapolis, Minnesota. I'm seeing his videos here on YouTube, and I also had the honor of hearing the Fire and the Medicine CD. And I want to talk with Eli about his other hit called Home. What was it that inspired you to do Home, and the inspiration behind the Fire and the Medicine CD?
So Home came about during the pandemic, actually. And I was doing a lot of live streams, just to play to people in some capacity. And it really helped me get out of my own head. So I was doing a lot of looking through old notebooks, finding old songs, and then playing them on live streams, because I would play for about, an hour and a half. And so I was looking at old songs, and Home is actually a title of a song I wrote probably over 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I revisited, and that I hadn't played in a long time, but I just kind of found a different way into it that really connected with me at the time. And so I recorded that, and decided just to keep recording very basic stuff at home, hence the name and hence the title of the song. And it's what I call a living album, where it's only available through Bandcamp, and kind of whenever I feel like it, I record songs at home and I'll add them to the album. So it's going to continue to grow and expand. I think there's 15 songs on it now. It's going to be, throughout the years, it's going to grow and expand. So but it's only going to be available through Bandcamp. So it's a unique idea where through the internet and through the ease of recording at home, I'm able to do this, where if it was just like a studio album, it would be hard to do, because there's a lot more production value, production time to do that. But because I'm keeping it basic, one take tracks, very minimum, if any, overdubs. It's going to be an album that continues to grow throughout the years, and so it's going to be a lot of B-sides, a lot of stuff I play, but not necessarily with a band. So, that's Home.
Yeah, I'm admiring you because of your recording of Home, and also your CD, The Fire and the Medicine, and that you're keeping everything simple. Many times the best recordings in Americana music are not the studio ones. It's the ones that you record at home or in the countryside without any of the sound dubs or effects. And I want to congratulate you on such a decision to do that. That's why we invited you here.
Thank you.
And also because of your contributions to Midwestern country music, especially Minnesota. From one Midwesterner to another. I'm originally from Akron, Ohio.
Oh, nice. Where do you live now?
I live now in Miami, Florida, but I'm in the countryside.
Very nice. Yeah, I've been through Ohio. I've never played a show there yet, actually. But yeah, it's a good spot.
Yeah, you should go. You should go there. You should go there a lot of times to see if we could include more of the Midwest country music in Ohio. There's plenty of artists there.
Have you talked to artists that are based out of Ohio?
There's one group called The Breezeway. I recommend them very much. I'm going to send you the webpage of The Breezeway. And they're a really great group, and they're down to earth. Rusted Reserve, I don't know if they still exist, but I'm going to talk with them. And there's another one, Deanne Hilton, but Deanne Hilton now lives in North Florida.
Okay.
And I know you know Leadfoot Larry. Leadfoot Larry was originally from Alliance, Ohio, and he's now a big staple in Minnesota.
Yeah, they play out all the time. I met his guitar player a while back at one of my shows here I think it was in St. Paul. Yeah.
Yeah, I interviewed Leadfoot Larry a few weeks ago.
Nice.
And that's why we got started, along with Ted Yeshowitz, doing the interviews with Midwestern country music. I did the South, I did the Rocky Mountains, I did both coasts, but I feel that as a Midwesterner by birth, and having lived there, at least in my early formative years, I owe something to the Midwest.
What do you think it is? What is it about the Midwest you think that creates, these type of songs that people connect with?
For me, it's the nature. It's the nature, the fact that you are recording, you're down to earth. It's like the Rocky Mountains in the South, but the Midwest, you're doing a new form of country music that deserves to be recognized. It's down to earth. Even with the studios, you could still feel that down to earth in the essence and in the soul of country music from the Midwest.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And on top of that, sorry to interrupt you, Eli. I don't interrupt this much, but another thing, the MCMO Awards, Midwest Country Music Organization, I had the pleasure of seeing it in my Facebook. When everybody here in Miami were doing the Oscars and the Spanish version of the Oscars called Premio Lo Nuestro, I turned off all of the big Oscars, Grammys, and even the Spanish versions to hear the Midwest Country Music Organization Awards.
Nice.
And and as I said, my blood is Cuban and Spanish. It's a long history. But I still owe it, having been born in the Midwest, and Ohio is the Midwest, that most of the artists that have not been recognized deserve recognition, and they have the talent. You have the talent. Doyle Turner has the talent. Sarah Morris has the talent. Leadfoot Larry also has the talent. Even Megan Lacey also has the talent too.
Yeah, that's one thing I've been surprised. I moved to Minneapolis about over 4 years ago now, and I'm blown away by the caliber of musicianship here. The songwriters, but also the people that play in all kinds of bands. That's how I was lucky enough to do the Fire and the Medicine album. Was I met the guys in my band, Greg Schutte, who plays with Ryan Bingham, Barry, and Dan Schwartz. I met them through a songwriter night actually in St. Paul, and that's one thing I'm continually blown away by is by just the people that are dedicated to creating music, because it's not about playing in cover bands. It's about being on stage and being open to the song and what is best for the song. And there's a lot of players like that around here. So I feel very blessed to be, part of that.
Yeah, you even in the Midwest, there's a metal rocker called Jasmine Kane. I love her music, and she's written a lot of original heavy metal stuff that you have to go and see her. She got her inspiration from Ron Keel.
Is there any clubs or spots in Miami that you go and see live music?
Okay, there's one place that I go to, Cafe 27. Cafe 27, you go down I-75, and on I-75 you get off on US 27. That's around Broward County. That's close to Fort Lauderdale, but it's in the countryside. You get off US 27 and keep on US 27. On your left side, you see a bar and a gasoline station. Cafe 27. That's where they have all the bikers and all the country and rock stars there. Anything else, you could either do Seminole Theater, which is way south. Again, after US 27, go down Chrome Avenue. And then even after that, the Florida Keys. There's the Key West Singer-Songwriter Festival. I'm not sure if Key Largo has their original song festival, but I used to go to the Key Largo Original Song Festival and Key West Singer-Songwriter Festival before the pandemic, and enjoyed life. Not just interviewing the artists, but also listening to their music and talking with them.
Nice.
And you have the talent, and you need to have that talent promoted all around America and all around the world.
I appreciate it. What's something that you think sticks out to you when you first hear an artist? What do you look for?
The originality. I'm not looking for covers. I'm looking for the originality. The down to earth, the original music, like you had with Home, and the fact that you could record what they call unplugged.
Right.
What is unplugged? What you're doing.
Right. Oh, that's definitely something I connect with. I always think like if you can sit down and you can just play the song, you know, on an acoustic guitar or piano, that's usually a good mark of a song, you know.
And no covers. There was once my program, the Americana Bistro Grill, once featured in AMI radio. I used to host the program in AMI radio. This is like in the year from 2014 to 2017. Unfortunately, the manager of AMI radio, Robert Herman, passed away in 2017. So I had to take the Americana Bistro Grill and take it to my blog.
Okay.
And of course, with the other genres, the jazz and everything, I used that in another show, the AG News show. But the Americana Bistro Grill was my baby and promoted in AMI radio with the purpose of bringing all country and rock stars who have not received the publicity that they deserve onto the fore, onto the public. Because the public deserves more than just, for example, New York, Hollywood, or even Nashville-based music. Not that I'm knocking the three.
Right.
But I'm saying Nashville and New York and California, they have their music, great. But what about the artists in between, the Rocky Mountains? What about the artists in the Midwest that sing from the heart and the soul? And even unplugged. What about the South? There are many, and they deserve to get discovered. I even listen to more the independent artists than I do to the established ones.
That's right.
In my life, even at the time when people were going to Hollywood, to New York, I was listening to independent artists, and not just only in English, but also in Spanish.
There's a lot of people out there that are doing it because it's what they do, not for fame or fortune or very little money, you know.
Yeah. In fact, you could really make a great duo with There are two artists here in Miami that are Americana, and you would really do great either doing a duo with them or doing unplugged. Actually, let me take that back, because the Ten Commandments say you shouldn't lie. It's not two, three artists. One of them is Midnight Kahuna. Midnight Kahuna was born in Hialeah to Cuban parents, just like I was born in Ohio to Cuban parents. And Midnight Kahuna, you have to see his videos. He's not just a singer. He has injected a little bit of comedy in his videos.
Yeah, send me some videos.
I know. I was honored to be in one of his videos as a bartender.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, imagine with Midnight Kahuna, imagine Elvis Presley. Imagine Elvis Presley, and there was this Cuban rock star called Benny Moré. Both of them mixed together in a 50s style restaurant, like the drive-ins. That's the style you get, the 50s rock with trop rock and Americana. Ricky Valido, born in Miami to Cuban parents. He is like the reincarnation. If there's such a thing as a reincarnation, Ricky Valido is a reincarnation of George Jones and Johnny Cash in one.
Wow.
Adding a little bit of Buddy Holly.
Cool.
And then there's another group, Instant Karma. They also have another group. They also have another group called the Dropouts. Really great. I'm trying to think. You could imagine Stevie Nicks. Imagine Stevie Nicks and Olivia Newton-John in one, with the punch of a pina colada with vodka.
Nice.
And of course, we have some other groups. Adrienne Z, she's from Massachusetts. She's in the Keys. You can imagine a little softer, like a Joan Baez, Stevie Nicks, and Olivia Newton-John in one. All of them, without any rehearsal, they're able to belt out a tune. And of course, I can't forget one other. I'm trying to remember her name. No, her name was Sheena, but I don't remember her last name. But I'm gonna send you all the videos and all the links. because
Yeah,
these are artists that I love telling you about. And as I said, yeah, Sheena Brooke was the other one. Sheena Brooke is like an Olivia Newton-John, but on the tough side. And all of them have done a cappella. All of them have done unplugged. As I said, I only listen to independent artists. Who needs
That's great, man.
who needs artists that have all of the, what they call it, the pyrotechnics, when you can have the real musicians, and much more from the Midwest.
100%.
I even take the Midwest a little bit further. Since the pandemic, I have thrown away most of my clothes from Walmart. The ones from Levi and Wrangler that are not worth anything. I'm using. This is made in Ohio. I'm using jeans and T-shirts made in Ohio from the All American Clothing Company. Little expensive, but I can sleep easily knowing that my fellow Ohioans have a job and have the money inside their pockets, and that the money has not left America. And I do the same thing with another company called Texas Jeans. Independent all the way.
Cool.
But I've already talked too much about myself because actually you're the center. Besides home and the fire and the medicine, how did you get started? How did you get started in music?
Well, I started playing right after high school. I started writing songs, and it was a process. I always started writing songs, but it was a process to start playing them live. That happened probably about 7-8 years ago now. But I had all these songs, so I just had to go out and start learning how to play in front of people, which was terrifying, but it's slowly getting better. But I've always wanted to write songs. My dad was a classical guitarist. He would play stuff like Andre Segovia, Bach on the guitar. And so he tried to teach me when I was little the classical form and all the proper style, but I just wanted to play guitar, and so it didn't stick when I was little. But then later on, when I was a teenager, he taught me again and bought me my first guitar, and I wanted to learn chords so I could write songs, and so it was just kind of a slow progression, finding your own voice, But it's something I just wanted to do, and I've just kept at it. So
yeah, and you're doing a really great job.
Thank you.
And we already know we know that we could buy your music either digitally or CD in Bandcamp.
Yep, Bandcamp's always good. My website, if you want a physical copy, you can message me through there. But yeah, and it's all available on all streaming services as well.
Yep, I already bought the fire and the medicine, but I'm gonna probably do another purchase. Let me see. I have your website right here. Let me have the store here. Okay, the cover T-shirt, CDs.
Oh yeah, got some merchandise.
Yeah,
and all that.
I'm trying to buy the CD. So let me see if I could buy it from here.
I could probably. That's gonna.
I'll have it here
through the merch.
on Bandcamp.
Yeah, through Bandcamp, but probably the easiest way is just message me and I can send it out to you.
No, but I want you to have I want you to have the money because you need the money. You need the money, and I'm getting it right now.
Okay, we'll figure it out.
Good. I got her checkout. Okay, I just bought it right here through Bandcamp. The only thing I want from you is an autograph.
Okay, sounds good.
The rest is the rest. Good. PayPal hasn't failed me yet, so good. It said it's going to be shipping at 17th. It'll be arriving on October 31st. Great. The only thing I need from you is the autograph.
All right.
The rest is the rest.
Yeah.
And I just want to wish you the best, and we're going to be in contact. I'm recording this because I'm going to publish this in YouTube and all of my other platforms like Gab, Bigshot, and Bright Young. I believe in if one platform fails, the other ones will catch it, because I want you to get subscribed. I want you and all other Midwest country artists out there getting the publicity that you all deserve.
Well, thank you very much. It was good to meet you.
For me, it's a pleasure and honor to meet you. I hope one day we could meet either in Florida, or one day I could make a flight to Minnesota and be with you all, seeing you all not only in concert but also in the MCMO, Midwest Country Music Organization Awards.
Yeah, that would be great.
So the rest is the rest. So I just want to wish you the best. And to all of my followers here in the Americana Bistro Grill, this is Dr. Rob. Don't go away yet. I wish everybody the best. Peace in, peace out, and peace everywhere around the world. And in the words of Laura Marie, the famous Texas singer-songwriter, she once said, be love. And at this time and place, we must be love.
All right, man. Good to meet you.
Thanks, same to you.